Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So this is the newest episode of the Spectating series for Season 20. Now this is really special because we're going back to the old rank setting. I'm going to utilize an alt account because I'm going to use this one to solo queue every single Saturday. So if you're interested in that, then definitely check out the live streams because we're going to keep using this account only for solo queuing. Now, what's very interesting is that there's going to be a lot of talking. We're going to play out the round as normally as possible, then spectate to the very end. This is going to be a lot of tips, a lot of information. The meta has definitely changed, and we're going to have to probably do another one next week because the biggest tip that I have for all of you right now is that everyone reset back down to, well, rookie. So we're looking at rookie and bronze players mostly today is what we're going to run into because this is the very start. Now, what's interesting is I haven't died or lost in this account. I think this account now has like a 19 KD, which is really ridiculous, and that's going to change because we're probably going to die here or probably lose. We'll find out. Now, one of the biggest tips I have is that you need to play your roles, right? Oh, I'm not jump master. That's okay. We'll let them jump wherever they want to go. Now, another tip as well is that because everyone has reset to a rookie rank, that everything plays out very strange. You're going to run into players who have no idea what they're doing. You're going to run into players that are literally pro players, and it's just all over the place right now. Now, one of the biggest tips I can provide after the fact as well is that you need to play your role. Now, what does that mean? Hitting beacons, hitting supply bins. So when I say supply bins, the drawers that come out, the assault bins, they give you team-wide experience. So right now, I'm going to fly over, and it's honestly not a bad thing to contest, especially if you're playing, let's say, Vantage, because you get that experience. Where are they going? What are they doing? I pinged over here. I was jump master. What the heck? Okay, well, I'll have to run over there. The strange things people are doing. They pass me jump master and they run away. All right, let me at least give us the experience real quick. That's why I came over here. See what they're doing. Otherwise, I'm going over right away. Let's see here. Wow, I wonder why they dropped there. There's like three. Let's go fight. Okay, they're coming over. Very strange. That was weird. And this is a lot of weird stuff that you're seeing, by the way, is that you're getting a mixed bag. So if you're stressing about ranked and you feel like your teammates are off or there's things that are not working, don't stress. That's completely normal right now. What I would encourage is that you play your role best you can. You play as intelligently as you can. You're not playing scared. You're not playing poor. Know that the end zones are also not really shaping out to be fantastic either. A lot of people are dying really early because these lobbies are very lopsided. Now, honestly, would not be a bad time to go peek. So remember I mentioned how those supply bins and beacons and everything help immensely. Notice how the experience that what I need is only 250 left. I can farm this up really, really quickly over here. Just gonna try to see if I can find one of them. Do a little damage. Oh gosh, I missed. That's unfortunate. Now I'm gonna probably push by myself. This isn't a very smart play, but it's enough to grief, and I can queue out. I'm gonna move up this way. I know this is not very team-based, I'm sorry, but you can kind of tell based on the lobby and people dropping and landing that this is not a very high-tier lobby, so I might be able to grief some enemy teams, and you can kind of do this as advantage because I can kind of reposition and stuff. Nice, like I said. Now, how can I tell this? I know it's kind of hard to explain, but based on the way people are dropping, there was so many teams that landed here that is just strange, right? Oh, shoot. How would they run like that? Okay. 2 caustics. I know there's another guy that's nearby, but... And then I can hit Beacon. Beacon, by the way, is really important consoles. I can hit that for additional experience. There's a guy nearby. Where'd he go? Oh gosh. I'm dead, 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 I'm dead. Oh my gosh, that was really dumb. Don't push like that, by the way. That was really dumb. The reason why that's dumb is I went down there. I knew that they had the res, and we have an angle on them. My teammates are there, but I definitely went full aggro, and I did see they were there. Again, you shouldn't really play like this. At least show a little respect for teammates. I'm definitely not, so do as I say, not as I do, I guess. We have this. There's the other team that's nearby, though. Right now I just reposition over here and finish them, and then we're good to go. But the skill like I said, the skill level of these lobbies is just all over the place, and I don't really have much else to say besides that. And that's just, like I said, that's kind of normal. She's getting away. And there's another team that's nearby. I might run into them, unfortunately. I'm guessing that she went left. I don't really know. I think I was wrong. Alright, well, I can hit the ring console afterwards. There's a team on the left to worry about. And notice how the squads are dying pretty early. Now, another tip I can provide is that if you're playing in these lobbies in Rookie and Bronze, there's no really big fear of not to push, which is kind of why the lobbies are all lopsided and feeling strange, because you're not going to lose any points. Like, there's really nothing to... Oh my gosh, well, you came back. I can't believe she came back.
Moving to Echo for a better angle.
No. This is so greedy. Notice how you get points on squad wipes, and armor cores are nice and easy to deal with. Like I said, I know this push might seem dumb, but because there were so many teams that were just blindly pushing and fighting over here, I mean, I can get in and out. The push that I dropped down with trying to stop a res was pretty dumb. I could have just taken an off angle. Try to play your fights more intelligent than I'm doing. I can hit the console here and gain a little bit more information. Hitting crafters is not bad either. I mean, they're quick and easy. Notice I'm going to get extra points. Even if I don't know if the zone's over here. Hitting harvesters in rotation, also very key. Boom, up to purple already. Easy, easy, easy. People who are stressing saying the new system is hard to level on, it's I guess I could just disagree, because it just... I'm showcasing it here. Don't even have 1,000 damage already at purple, right? Alright, just need to catch up. Hit those harvesters. I don't even know if we're going to be able to spectate. I mean, we're kind of surviving. So, hey, that's a dub, right? Makes the video a little more interesting and dynamic. We do 2 of these, by the way. Spectating series. Oh, shoot. Let's go and heal that. Yeah, those harvesters are really key. Those harvesters give a lot of experience, by the way. And I am surprised. There they go. I was about to say, are you not going to hit it? I was like, that'd be crazy if they didn't hit that. So let's do a checklist here. Hitting ring consoles is huge. Hitting beacons, survey beacons is also huge. Hitting those harvesters when they come out in rotation are pretty clear on where you should move, because they can help you level up your armors. Doing even just a little damage can help immensely. Why am I moving the north side? Partly because the harvesters, they can kind of guide you a little bit. If you're really new to this game and have no idea what you're doing, I mean, going towards a harvest is not a bad idea, especially because they're in a pretty strong spot. I'm trying to get them to move. If your teammates don't move, then, I don't know, I guess it's kind of on them. No, I'm not necessarily going to shoot right away. I'm just going to keep rotating. Not get involved on this. I'm going to try to rotate to the north side. I'll take shots if they run out in the open and do something dumb. But otherwise, I'm going to try to play this a little bit patient. I'm trying to get my teammates to move. They don't want to move. I don't know why. Okay, let's just keep moving. They were fighting somebody else, but we do have to get into zone. You got a minute. Prioritize zone a little bit. I know even at the end, if there's a lot of teams alive, guys, the zone is huge. Don't sleep on it, even though these lobbies are dying so fast. But still, don't sleep on the fact that you can pretty much rotate for free and gain a lot of points. Because, I mean, we're already plus 45. You know, get a couple more points up already. Boom. Team-wide. I was surprised that they didn't level up the purple on that. I'll just keep moving. Now, I'm not going to shoot. I'm going to play a little patient here. Oh my god, it's so tempting. Let's at least get over here. I might hit the console beacon over here as well. Always worst case scenario, I can just, oh, there's another team right here. I'm gonna have to take shots at this at least.
Just try and hide with that tiny tag on you.
The reason why I'm taking shots at this is because I need this team to move. I need them to know that they don't have everywhere to rotate here. Also to scare them a little bit. All right, so we're going to zip across and move across here. So if you notice kind of what we're looking at the lobby here, everyone's fighting, which is what I'm kind of telling you guys at Bronze and Rookie. Don't be afraid to fight to learn how to fight, or learn how to do it in pubs, either one. It's why, again, the lobbies are just so lopsided and just all over the place, so that's the downside. So while I give you that tip, the lobbies are just going to feel really weird. The heck, I hear them. I probably should have held those shots. Wow, a lot of damage. Can I zip across without getting blasted? Nope, that's unfortunate. I mean, we don't have to move far.
Recharging my shield.
What are these guys doing? We do need to just rotate. Let's go this way. Even though we're doing a lot of damage, I'm trying to play a little safe for the squad. You know, I'm trying not to get a little overzealous, a little too excited, if you will, right? Shotgun ammo we got. We got more than enough. I know you're probably thinking the inventory, like, that's barely anything. I mean, if I can't kill anybody with this amount of resources, I don't deserve to hold these guns. Is that a skull piercer? Nope. All right, they're fighting. We're in. We could play a little patient here. I think the team that rotated through there was a team that I saw, the crypto that I hit. Scared them a little bit, which is the goal. Oh, wow.
Just try and hide with that shiny tag on you. Got a tag on him. Shattered the prey's shield. Took down some prey. Attacked the target's
Dude,
shield.
they are so low.
Reloading. Whole squad down.
All right.
And the herd gets thinner.
We just got to hold for a second. We're in the zone. We don't have to move. Play at the piecing of your team as well if you can. I mean, I try to get them to move. We don't really have to fight. I mean, I'm dumpstering, but I'm having a blast. Trying to get him run up on the back. There, we're good. Makes sense why they would back up. There's still, like, so many squads alive. But, I mean, there's still not enough for, like, a really good end zone. There's still, I don't know, it's a little wonky. I really want to go get that stuff. I'm going for it. Oh, okay, right when I decide to. Boom. Ah! Come on. What are you? Do you think that was... Okay, there you go. Dude, they're looting for free. How come I can't loot for free? Dude, they're gonna get a free Kraber and everything. Yeah, I'll take that. Ouch. Oh gosh. I'm dead. GG's. That is on me. Alright, we'll play safe. We'll spectate the rest. Get greedy on loot. It's fine. Hey, they moved. I literally, we just need to just sit there in the back. It's fine. Alright, let's watch the rest of the lobby. And then we'll go again. We went up a lot of points, so I'm not even stressed. But that's the point. That's kind of the point of this video. There's a lot of tips to provide here. Just play your role. Get the resources you need. Don't get greedy. Play patient. Know that the lobby's going to kill itself really early. That people are kind of dummy pushing in a way. I don't really see the logic, even some of the logic of people landing on top of each other. Now, there is that what's happening, there's a little bit of an imbalance going on. The pros and good players are able to tell that certain teams are just not very good. Like I told you at the start, I'm like, oh, this team doesn't really know what they're doing because they're all landing on top of each other just blindly, right? You could just tell from the way they're positioning and moving that they're not using cover, that they're not rotating properly, that the skill level is either higher or lower. And it's a mixed bag right now. This is all going to kind of level out a little later once everyone kind of gets to the respected ranks. So if you want to avoid rank the first week, it might be ideal because right now it's just all over the place. And that is kind of expected. I mentioned that several times. And even the pros aren't necessarily complaining. They're complaining about ranked, but you can't because everyone knows that you kind of reset back to zero. And you're probably asking what legends are good to run. Well, right now the meta hasn't really set. You're seeing a lot of just everything right now. I mean, you're seeing cryptos, you're seeing lifelines, Mad Maggies, Bangalore, Fuse, Valkyrie. Heck, I'm on Vantage right now. You're seeing just about anything you want to play right now is kind of free game because the meta just isn't set yet. And because the meta's not set yet, that gives you so much opportunity to just kind of have fun and see what you want to personally play. So I encourage you to really enjoy and taking your time playing the game, really. Picking a new legends, trying out these perks. It's just my biggest takeaway here is to make sure that people are hitting beacons, supply bins, leveling up through XP. And not like, even if you're a team that doesn't do a whole lot of damage, it's okay. You don't have to worry about that. Just make sure that you're filling out your role. And you're going to notice a lot of teams are going to be either heavy aggro or they're going to be very stagnant, like we've been seeing. Like this team right here is pushing, but the other one is very stagnant, right? I mean, we didn't even get pushed. Technically, we got blasted from a distance from where we're at, and we deserved it because we were just sitting there looting for free, and so I'm not really upset about it. I did want to do some spectating, so this really works in my favor. Like, that's an example where you can kind of tell overextending. Once you take damage, let your teammates go forward and kind of switch it back and forth. So right now, everyone's bronze, so it's such a mixed bag right now, and that's perfectly fine. That's kind of the whole point of this video. Next week, I want to do an updated video on the Spectating series and show you how the feel has kind of changed a little bit using this same account. We'll level it on Saturday up a little bit, and so it kind of feels more in line with where the casuals are all sitting. And so it makes a little bit more sense, right? But the biggest problem is that you're seeing a lot of teams just kind of making mistakes by overextending. There is a big difference between playing aggro versus playing dumb. And I know it's going to sound a little harsh, okay? Is that there's a difference whenever pros are pushing, and I know it's very hard to distinguish, but your pushes have to be done with logic, right? When we're looting there was no logic. It was just getting greedy off loot, right? I even said beforehand the best thing would be to hang back. Now, remember when I pushed down and I pushed him, I said that was a dumb push. Why is it a dumb push? Because I pushed without information. I think what can help you decide if a push is logical and you can start looking at how the pros are playing is that you'll see if it makes sense. Did they do substantial damage? Did they have an angle on them? Do they know if there's other teams nearby? Remember how I mentioned I want to put pressure on this one team, but not the other teams. And the reason why is I need the other team to be scared and rotate, right? Which they did. They started rotating underneath the bridge. And you're going to see that here is where once you're occupying space, there's a difference between wanting to showcase presence versus when you need to. So I'll repeat that again. Whenever you need to showcase presence versus when you don't need to. Probably needed to clarify that just a little bit. Like right now, this is a good time to hold because this is a very strong spot to hold. So they do need to showcase presence. Now that peak was without information, right? They didn't really know if they were there, and they could have done so maybe at a different angle. And so trying to get the jump on the enemy is going to be really important. But they do have a lifeline, so they're able to get a pretty solid reset. But holding presence or showcasing presence here is pretty important because they want to make sure other teams don't push on them. I would say that peak when you peaked on all three of them there was a little greedy, you know, whenever, like, it's the same thing of me dropping down on the team of three while they're rezzing. It's a little greedy, right? So maybe we can kind of clarify it versus being greedy versus what's very intelligent and what's going to help out your squad and help out your team. Try not to peek the same spot twice. You're going to see that here. Watch them re-peek it again. If you've already peeked it, try to peek a different angle to kind of throw them off. Now, that's a good ult. So it gives them a reason to kind of push. I can understand why they would peek that and push that. So, and again, not everyone is 3-stacking right now. I'm having a hard time telling who's 3-stacking because it's so early on as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another round and then break down another set. And hopefully these tips really help you. And the ranked season so far seems pretty enjoyable. Some of the matches even feel a little bit more relaxed. So again, it's not as sweaty as last season, but I think as you go up the tiers, it'll start to make a lot more sense. That's the theory that goes behind it. But right now, I encourage just everyone to kind of have a little bit more fun and understand that's a little bit more relaxed. And you can kind of just play whoever you want without feeling like, I must run Conduit, I must run this, I must run what's meta, I must run, you know, just don't worry about that right now. Give the first week the meta to change, and let's circle back in a week and see where we're at. And even then, with the perk system and how things are going, I'll be honest, I think there's a lot of flexibility here. All right, so all they're looking for is, I call this, which team is going to make a mistake first. And then the team that makes a mistake, who's going to be able to capitalize on a proper, I guess you can call it proper push. The other team, I think, has to move first, so they don't have to get too greedy here and push forward. Let the zone do the work, right? Don't get too greedy. Don't push up by yourself. I mean, I think the other team has to move first based on the zone. This is not a bad holding spot, though, now. Bit of a wide swing there. I mean, they got the crack, so they can technically move up on it. That's good. They have health advantage. They can move up on this now. This is a pretty intelligent push, and they even got the Maggie ball. So they got them on the run now. They just got to be careful and focus fire. The problem that you're seeing here is that they weren't focus firing the same targets. So if these other guys reciprocated damage, you notice how one of them got low and could have gotten knocked. Would have been a little rough, but luckily they had them on the run because of the Maggie ball. And that's another buff to where you see Mad Maggie really succeeding as her ball. I thought it was a bug initially, but it rolls twice and it can bust through 2 people, which is absolutely insane. It really pushes on the aggro meta, but keep in mind the defensive meta is also pretty strong this season as well. Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was that big of a damage discrepancy, but that's all good. Listen, don't stress about your damage. Sometimes damage is not everything, right? All right, I think we actually... Oh, we got the banner on this account. I'm going to go ahead and equip it. This is going to be for a video on... I was leveling it up. So this is actually my banner, by the way. Let's see here. Where's it? The frame. There we go. Inspired by Daz. Designed by Nestpack. All right, so let's do this. I'm pumped. I'm pumped, by the way. This new season is really exciting. I'm having a lot of fun. I mean, even then, look, we got 80 points. We're chilling, we're vibing. We're going to go again, and super laid back and super easy. At some point, try to prioritize placement. Try to be smart with your pushes. Right now, it's super easy to get involved with the aggro meta that's going on right now because it just feels like mass chaos. But I think you'll be a step ahead if you can just not only slow down, just try to say, this is what I'm going to do to play it, quote unquote, a little safer, right? Or to ensure that I'm going to get these knocks and win these things. And try to follow it with logic. I guess at the start, whenever I was pushing for information, it was a bit illogical, but because I saw them doing mass chaos, it made sense for me to at least move up a little bit. So try to decipher what's good and what's bad. And there's a lot of different variables, ladies and gentlemen. And those variables are going to change a lot this season, I think, for the better. So look at this. We're even seeing a Mirage. I thought we were going to get Mirage there for a minute. Okay. Let me know if you enjoyed the series, if you're excited for next week. Let me know if you're even wearing the banner, by the way. Okay, let's see here. Again, lobbies die out really, really fast right now, so I'm not necessarily worried about the early game. A lot of people are landing on top of each other. I did find it really weird how the team broke off and started. And then I was the one that started pushing and trying to get them to rotate. If your teammates are slow, try to ping them, get them to move. If they're too fast, try to keep pace with them. If you feel like what they're doing is dumb, you don't have to call them out and yell at them, but you can try to change the pacing and do words of encouragement is what I recommend. Even if you're not using words, you can kind of get a feel for how the team is playing. I honestly should have held back. Even though I did the most damage, I did the best, I know better as a player, right? And you can always try to take that, oh gosh, are we going to die early here? Oh, that was rough. That's my bad. We can spectate the rest. It's okay. That's my bad. I kind of whiffed on that. I should have just landed more shots, I'm gonna be honest. But we get to watch the rest. That's okay. So you see how everyone's kind of dying out a little early here? But it is a spectating series, so I shouldn't be too disappointed. But these lobbies are easy, so I'm kind of like, man, I should have done way better. But I would say every lobby, come with this approach, guys, and see how, this is why I say it's a bronze lobby, because rookie and bronze are kind of put together, silver and gold kind of put together, plat and diamond and so forth. They're kind of, that's kind of the feel I'm getting right now, based on what I'm seeing on the MMR. You should come with the idea that every lobby is easy and that you can win, okay? You, as a viewer watching right now, can win probably every fight that you play in. I guarantee you can. I have no doubts about that. You got to have a lot more faith in yourself and rely on fundamentals. So what do I mean by relying on fundamentals? Well, one, make sure that you're healing quickly. Notice how long the conduit is taking to heal. If they got third-partied right now, how long that would take. Oh my god, this music is so loud. So this would be a glaring mistake. Let's see how long this takes. So how long ago was that fight? Let's take a look at the seconds. Let's be generous and say it's already been 10 seconds, right? It's now been 15 seconds since they've healed. Okay, it's now been 20 seconds since they've healed. There we go. So it took about 20 seconds, right? Maybe even longer. You guys are going to be able to time it better than I did because I realized how long it took before they did anything and how fast in higher lobbies. So this is what I talk about fundamentals. Heal quickly, push as a squad. You know, you don't have to contest all the time. Be together best you can. If you're not together, try to ping and make encouragement to move together. Hit those ring consoles, hit those beacons, hit those supply bins because they're team wide. But I guess the biggest mistake I see here is right off the rip, nobody's playing together. I would say this is probably a discrepancy in terms of skill, kind of like, you know, what you saw with me, right? I think it makes sense for them to rotate, though. I think that the conduit might be of a lower skill level compared to the others, partly because of how long it took for them to heal and the fact they're still not healed up, right? And I lost to the conduit, so remember, you could lose at anybody at any skill level, so keep that in mind. But it's just one of those things you just try to identify compared to like what other people are doing fundamentals. You could see a bronze player die to a pro and a pro die to a bronze player, and it just happens because that's the way Battle Royale works. When you hot drop, that's the expectation. You don't really ever know what you're going to get or how you're going to land your shots, if you're going to whiff, or what you're going to do, right? So keep that in mind. Keep in mind your legend choice as well. Whenever you fight off drop, if you are a larger hitbox as a Gibraltar, Caustic, I would even put Vantage in that boat. You're going to have a harder time fighting off a rip, partly because of your hitbox size. But if you start, as you start to level up and garner more resources, then those legends tend to do a lot better. Think of individuals such as Watson, Conduit, Wraith, Lifeline, do better as skirmishers at the start because of their hitbox size leans towards that, depending on what they have as well. I'm trying to think of even more tips in terms of dropping hot. Our drop, we didn't necessarily land on the loot. I landed on a supply bin. Don't do that. Do as I say, not as I do. I needed to land where there was actually loot. I probably should have landed on the other side and got a gun, and I could have been in the fight a little bit faster. So that was also a big dumb part on me. As long as you can recognize these things, you never really get upset because you know what you did right and what you did wrong. I hope that as you're watching this series, you start to understand that it's not about always winning everything. It's about understanding what you did wrong so then you can fix it, right? I mean, I've been masters and at a pred level in this game since pretty much the beginning. The only difference between a master and pred is how much time you can put into the game. The only difference between a diamond and a masters is sometimes the amount of time you put in. Let's put this in. Let's see how they're fighting. One, the Khan was standing out here in the open. The other person's missing their shots, but let's be honest. If this was on a higher level, that's crazy. That would have been free gifted shots, right? So use cover, right? Now would be the good time to shoot right here, even though it's not ideal because the hitbox size. Now, even though they lost one, they should back up and reposition. Now, the Conduit's using the heal on herself, which isn't good because, one, nobody really took substantial damage yet. I guess you could say breaching for space is not a bad thing, but they're kind of pushing by themselves with no information. So there's a few things. Once the Bloodhound got knocked, they were still pushing, leaving their teammate behind. I think they got that. Yeah, they got that. Also, the heal was used selfishly rather than as a team. And any good conduit, even at a pro level, will tell you not to use the conduit heal for yourself. Oh my gosh, that conduit was getting very lucky, I'm not going to lie. One, I'm surprised they didn't get punished harder when they walked out in the open. And also when they pushed underneath, the fact they were under there, like, wow. They got a little lucky. Try to realize whenever you get lucky versus whenever you are... Because this is a problem when I see people bot review. The conduit would say, well, I really pushed up and was the leader of my team. Everyone else sucked. Okay, don't do that, okay? Everyone makes mistakes. Like, even if I bot review and look at my stuff, you gotta be honest with yourself. Honesty is really hard and the ego gets in the way, right? Like, I could have landed opposite end. I could have focused fired with my teammate last round. I could have hit a little more patiently. I hit a supply bin. The other moment, you see, like, these are things to clean up, right? If the conduit looked at the VOD and they saw I stood out in the open initially and I was the one that took the most damage. I used the heal on myself. I didn't back up to try to cover for a revive. I didn't push on my teammate and went inside the building by myself, right? These are all the little things that you can start to clean up and realize, and nobody plays perfectly. But as long as you're kind of like, oh, I should have done that. And it's hard, okay? I will admit this is really, really difficult because the map is so large. I always find it surprising that everyone always says, well, I want a new map. I want a new this. We haven't even mastered the current maps. And it's very obvious a lot of people haven't because these maps are so large. And so that does surprise me a little bit. And I think that's why I'm so excited for the season, because it's about trying to figure out where we finally land in ranked. And I think that over time, the system will hopefully level itself out. If it doesn't, well, we're going to commentate on it and talk about what the problem is that is occurring. It looks like, unfortunate, the squad lost their third, which kind of sucks. And I don't know why we didn't get to spectate the other team after the fact. Now, there's this expression, I can't remember the expression offhand, that I guess any player could pop off at any moment, which is why you have to show a certain level of respect. You can show a level of disrespect when you have the health advantage, and then you have the opportunity in your favor. right? But otherwise, you should always try to treat every player with respect, because you don't want to get caught in the situation where I did, where I end up getting blasted for free, or I lose a fight that I wasn't supposed to, because somebody could, like that conduit, just land every single shot. Maybe they're not of a high tier level, but sometimes you can have a moment where you do pop off, and you'd be surprised, even with a player of a low skill level, it can all of a sudden just make something happen, which is why you should never underestimate anybody. And it's why whenever I push, I do call them dumb pushes, and I know that they're dumb. Sometimes you do it for content, sometimes you just kind of want to see, you know, you kind of get a little curious, and it's okay if you do. Just don't get mad at your teammates because you did something that was not very smart. Okay. Sometimes I call it where, like, maybe we're in a moment where just nothing's happening. I'm like, I'm gonna do something wild, and sometimes you know that the chance of that wild play can work. It can, but you're playing the odds of what can and cannot happen. I'm hoping that little perspective can help somebody out there and help you guys understand when you see individuals make plays, I guess you could say, for content and enjoyment versus what is a smarter play, right? And sometimes those plays can be a little unorthodox and can work. I guess let's use ALGS in the old format whenever we saw the aggro meta start to take over. Is that because it's so unorthodox, it can work. So just because I give you tips, and I tell this to everybody, even in the videos, if I tell you this is a perfect chess strategy, and then you start to see somebody do the opposite, it can work because it goes against the grain. It becomes the unexpected, right? Let's say somebody is standing out in the open and then aggro pushes out of nowhere, and you're like, that's such a weird spot to shoot from, but they do a lot of damage and push for free. It technically could work if you're trying to do the opposite of the meta, which is kind of the theme of this overall spectating series, is that we're seeing a lot of rookie players, we're seeing a lot of new perk system, we're seeing a lot of new meta. So I think if you're watching, you should get, I mean, you probably hear my voice, you should get really excited because the meta just isn't set yet. So and this is why I've been playing a lot of Vantage, because listen, I know Watson is always going to be meta, and I know that Conduit was already meta prior. So why not try something a little different right now while the iron is hot, before people just get set in their ways and they don't want to change them anymore? So have a little fun with that, because I've even seen some insane Mirages do some insane plays because of the tactical refresh. Now, maybe that won't be meta later, okay? But it is fun to try right now, and it's because this game has already been out for 5 years, right? Having the moment right now where we can do new stuff is pretty important. So I hope that encourages anybody who's watching. Don't get mad at your teammates for trying new legends. Don't get upset with people trying new things, because the meta just isn't quite there yet. I mean, I've seen pros already tweeted about saying, I can't wait to see what happens in a week once things kind of settle. I'm excited, which is why we'll follow up next week. And I'm hitting this point a little hard. Now, one thing that should get nerfed is the Wingman. I'm not gonna lie, that gun is insane. All right, I think the Wingman is hands down the best gun in the game right now, even over the Kraber. It is, God, that I'm surprised last season we didn't notice it as much. Maybe because everything else is kind of balancing out. We're running into this problem, but man. Also, look how nobody's playing zone. I guarantee if you hit beacon, everyone's playing on the outside and the edge of zone right now. Also, you see people dying to ring. What's that about? I thought they fixed, they didn't nerf that as hard as I thought they were going to, and that kind of sucks. They are a duo squad, so it makes sense for them to kind of hunker down, and they're gonna get great points out of this. I think they should occupy more parts of the building because they're able to, but you know, they can put them on the other side of the doors too. I don't think they gotta sit here all by themselves, you know. Also, doubling up is not good because it's just gonna blast through them as well. Don't play scared, play confident. All of you guys, all of you guys watching this. Sometimes if you play confident, you make a mistake, then you know what the mistake is. If you play too safe, then you're never even going to know what a mistake was, right? Now, one thing this team is doing is that, hey, at least they're hearing shots and they're playing patient, which, I mean, they're a duo squad, so there's really no harm. Also, I heard the kunai knife is bugged. Let's take a look at that. Or it at least is different. This is what Wraith mains do on their spare time, by the way. They don't actually play the game. They alt F4 and then go hit the wall. They hit the wall when they're angry and hit the wall with their kunai. I think she heard me. All right, well, this is the slow part that I think, but what is going to end up happening here is that you got the teams that are going to be slow in the center. Then you have the teams on the outskirt that are running it down. And then you have the one team that is really playing well. And then they complain and say, how come the lobby played out this way? Well, I have heard on the upper levels, and from what I've seen from like Platinum Plus, that it plays sweaty again. So never fear, push through these rank tiers and enjoy that can of beer. I don't know. I can't rhyme anymore. But they do slow down. They have zone. Those crafters are beneficial. The only thing I would say, not to be afraid of at this point, I mean, they are a duo squad, but don't be afraid to kind of occupy and look for information. I think one of the biggest tips I can provide is knowing things. I think if you don't know where stuff is at, then... Because the building right now could look unoccupied, and so somebody could run up and start pushing on them. So at least giving the information that you're there, but not necessarily exposing that you're a duo, can be important. I've done that as a Watson. I've fenced up a whole area, and I've had teams thinking I was a 3-stack for some reason. Are they about to get run up on? I think they are. This is why it's kind of important to showcase a little presence, right? They might think this building is empty, which I think that actually is the case. Yep. They actually flat out think the building's empty, and now they're stuck in this corner. They're dead. That's GG's. It's over. The damage is there. It's over. It's done. And keep in mind, let's say the showcase presence got damaged. They can run away, right? Oh, GG's. That's going to be it. That's kind of my point here. Because I don't even think they knew they were in here. I think they just ran in thinking like, hey... let's just get this building. And that's what I mean by showcasing presence. So you give the information like, hey, show some respect. And if they don't show respect, then you get out. Because if they weren't going to show you respect then, they're not going to show you respect when they're in that building. They already didn't show them respect. They were pushing him out. Like, they just didn't care, right? Look at this, Mirage. Mirage, Revenant, so many interesting comps. Hey, I respect it. As long as I see them playing to their strengths. Ooh, look, Pathfinder too, with the, he picked the zip. With the reduced 25% damage. That's interesting. Oh, rezzing. Oh, they're going to shove that. Let's see how the Mirage handles this. I wonder what they chose. You can see in the bottom right, bottom left, excuse me, the perks that they show, but I have yet to memorize every single icon. I assume that's the res icon, the 75 HP, and also the tactical refresh on Bamboozle. I want to say that's the one. Oh, no, that's two. That's two, sorry. Oh, they got blasted. They're not together. I wonder why they're so split. This Wraith said, I don't want to play with the team. And the Revenant said, don't worry, I got you. I mean, they're dead. They got zone. I guess the Wraith wanted to play zone, but didn't care about what the other... She's just ratting. Or she was. Oh my gosh, poor Revenant. This is what you're going to see at lower levels. I would say the biggest tip is try to be together. And I know that you get... I joke about this. Choosing, oh my god, choosing between mommy and daddy can be really hard, and you have to figure it out in therapy, right? What was that? Was that spectator bug? Did you see that? Those shots weren't even on them, and they were landing those shots. That's why I paused for a minute. I was like, I didn't even say anything. I was like, I think it's spectator bug, but man, that was a little interesting, wasn't that? Also, they were really confident going up on that. So okay, I'm confused. They're confident running up on this team by themselves with no information besides knowing that there's a 3-stack up here, but they don't help out their teammate to push up top on the guy that was rezzing. I'm really confused. So how does that work? Live together, die together, right? I mean, at least whenever I was looting my teammates earlier, I died him and I landed with them. It's not like imagine like I just flew across the map and said, yo, you guys are on your own. Just like left and like lived to fight another day. I didn't do that. Like, that's crazy. It's okay to take the loss, and maybe you guys clutch out together. Live together, die together.
Phoenix Kid here.
What do they say? Win like a person, lose like a person. Win like a man, lose like a man? I don't know the saying. Fuse is nasty, by the way, right now. I see a lot of Sears. You're probably wondering why I see a lot of Sears, and that's because of the flatline recolor. But with a game that is heavily, you know, people are getting excited about the perks. This person hasn't even selected another perk. Do you notice that in the bottom left? Otherwise, I'm sure it would show up there. Oh, they got that. GG's. Wait. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Come on. How'd that happen? How'd that happen? How'd that happen? That's unfortunate. That was like me versus the conduit earlier. No, don't take zone damage. Stop! Stop! Oh, stop. Stop, he's already dead. Take cover. Wow, that's really unfortunate. I think they had a game-winning spot, to be honest, and they moved in. Man, they got griefed hard by that lifeline. That's really unfortunate. I don't even how come the fuse didn't help? Maybe they were all three shooting and just the lifeline was that good. All right, you got a duo versus a trio here. If you enjoy the spectating series, hopefully all these tips are helpful. You know, this is a start of something new. I'm really pumped. I'm really excited. Let me know, comment, subscribe. Remember, play smart, don't play dumb. We all know what dumb plays are. You can play aggro, but it has to be done with knowledge. And I hope that. Did he just shoot his own? I'm done. I'm done. See, man, I may be dumb, but I didn't shoot my own decoy. I'm just kidding. Sorry, it's a little harsh. I've shot my. I don't play Mirage. See, this is why I don't play Mirage. I ended up shooting my own decoys. That was crazy. I mean, Bamboozle yourself. That's a new one, right? I've had a lot of what moments today, you know? Dude, Mirage is so crazy right now. Look at all these Bamboozles. I'd honestly shoot every Bamboozle. I've done it before, by the way. I've literally like snapped between like 6 different targets, screamed, and been like, which one's real? Because you can't tell. Oh no. Oh my gosh. What is going on? Just pop the battery. You're giving me anxiety. Just choose. I think he could have gotten the battery off. Oh man, I think they could have won that, to be honest. I think it was a duo versus a duo. That's crazy. That's crazy. Don't hesitate so hard, guys. Like, I think the Mirage, I think they had it. I'm gonna be honest. I know that their shotgun shots are a little wonky, but it's okay. Like, I feel like that they had the intention at bat. If they just stuck with the battery and then went in once they had the advantage, because they were really bamboozling him hard and they had the damage, I think that they could have made a play there. You know, I really think so. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully, you guys are going to enjoy the series. We're going to rank up this account on Saturday, and also we're going to talk about our banner tomorrow in more detail and everything. If you are curious, on Tuesday, we did do a little ranking. We got a game with 3,900 damage in ranked and one with 3,300. That, my main account's after like 3 or 4 games is already at like bronze 2 or something. And I've only played like 4 games in rank and this is all I've done so far. But the meta is really interesting. I've been trying to watch it and keep a close eye on like different levels before I did this episode. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, everybody.